Happy sunny Friday from Joe at New Chew Channel. Hey guys, how's it going? This is my 72-hour update, and I just came back from my third adjustment, and I've got some thoughts from the last couple of days I wanted to share, especially for those who are going through the process right now, or about to go through the process, but especially for the guys that are going through the process right now. After I made my last video, the 24 hours after getting my new chew, I was pretty happy, but I was very sore. And as the day drew longer and longer and longer and went on and on and on, boy, was the pain becoming real. It was so bad that night that I couldn't stand to have these things in my mouth. I was getting discouraged. I couldn't eat with them. I even tried, like everything was, it felt like it was rubbing so much, and there were so many pressure points in my mouth, so much pain everywhere, that honestly, I could not determine where the pain points were in my mouth anymore. My whole mouth just hurt like crazy. And I want to tell you that when you're going through that stage, you're going to begin to think, you're going to think a lot of thoughts. But one of the things you're going to think is, I think my dentist was incompetent, or the denture lab that my dentist used, they're a bunch of freaking idiots, or something like that. And you're looking for ways to blame them for screwing it up somehow, and you're going to be discouraged and everything else. Chances are your dentist isn't incompetent, and chances are the denture lab are not a bunch of freaking idiots. Yesterday morning, after taking them out early that evening and leaving them out of my mouth all night long, yesterday morning I was terrified to put them in. It hurt so bad the night before. All I could think was, all morning, was, I don't want to put my teeth in, and I have to go for an adjustment, and he's going to be pulling them in and out and in and out a few times, and you just wince at the thought of that. And thankfully, I put them in, and it wasn't that bad. The little break that I gave my gums from about, 7:30 in the evening till the next morning, about 8 o'clock, 8:30, till I could build up the courage to put them in, was just enough time to really let my gums recuperate and everything. So later that day, I went to my appointment with the dentist. He did the necessary adjustments and everything, and I was frustrated at him. I was seriously thinking, like, maybe he really is incompetent. Maybe he doesn't know what he's doing. And so I was getting upset, and all kinds of thoughts go through your mind. You start thinking, am I going to have to fight with him to get him to do, to make these things fit my mouth properly? Am I going to have to fight for a refund if that's what I need to do, and go somewhere else? So I went to the appointment. He did the adjustments. I talked to him about all my concerns, and he just reassured me that it's all normal. But then another thing crossed my mind. Well, this is the first time I've ever been through this. If this was my second or third set, then I would have something to judge it by. So I had been looking at all the comments and other people's videos and talking to other people who had been through the experience. And for about every 25 or 30 people you talk to, or you get comments from, or videos about, out of every 25 or 30, you get one freak of nature that says, I had all my teeth out, and then they put the dentures in, and I needed like one adjustment or two adjustments. I never really had much pain. I was able to eat a hamburger or a steak a week later. Those are the freaks of nature. Those are not normal people. So don't think that that is normal. Everybody hopes that that would be their story. That's not going to be your story. Chances are you're going to experience pain like the rest of us. So again, I was so frustrated after my second adjustment yesterday, I have to be honest. And I hope I don't offend my dentist or anyone from his practice if they end up watching this video. I ended up going to another denture clinic, a denture clinic, not a dental office, here in the area. I phoned around a whole bunch of denture places. I was determined, I was sure that, these things weren't fitting right. So I ended up going to, and I'm going to give them a plug because the lady there that dealt with me was fantastic. It was Accurate Denture Clinic in Chilliwack, and the lady that I dealt with there was Magdalena, and she was awesome. And I gotta say, I went in there, I was telling her my complaint. I told her ahead of time, I don't feel like telling you who my dentist is or anything like that. I'm not about trying to trash anyone or anything like that. I just want to know, are these made right? Like, is this really how it's supposed to be? And so she took a look in my mouth. I popped them out for her. She checked the fit and everything. And she said, yeah, you know what? Your dentures were made right. They look excellent. They fit right. They fit just how they're supposed to. And she even, she did find a couple of little sharp spots that, she was able to just free of charge. She just decided she was just going to take it over to the buffing wheel and just buff that sharp edge off just a little bit, so that it wasn't so irritating to me. But other than that, she said, everything is the way that it's supposed to be, and no, your dentist isn't incompetent. So I was happy to have that, kind of confirmation from somebody else who, deals with dentures. Now, I'm not suggesting that if you're feeling a ton of pain and, you're feeling like your dentist is an incompetent, nincompoop or anything like that, don't go, well, do what you want. But chances are your dentist is a fantastic dentist and he knows what he's doing, and just like mine does. And yeah, Dr. Shaw's awesome. Another plug for him. Very thankful for all the work he's done. So I went for my third appointment. Oh no, I'm going to tell you about. So last night, I was still frustrated with a lot of the pain and everything, and I took Bill Westlund's advice and went and got myself some Oragel mouth sore gel. That stuff is awesome. Please, if you're going through that, go get that stuff. Other people had commented about Benzodent. We can't get Benzodent up here in Canada, as far as I know. I tried, but I got the Oragel, and boy, did it help. It was so awesome. I'm going to tell you what I did was I followed Bill's advice. Just take the denture out, figure out where those sore spots are on the denture itself, and just apply a little dab here and there. Put it back in, press it in, same with on the bottom, and you're gonna find that it makes a world of difference. And then the other thing too is my dentist wanted me to, use my teeth as much as possible so that he could see the rub marks and then make the adjustments on the dentures according to where the rub marks were. The nice thing about the Oragel is it makes it more bearable. You can actually handle talking and functioning normal, even eating, and the rub marks will still show up. So after that, I am so happy to announce I was able to officially use my new chew to chew. I sat down to an actual meal of real solid food. My wife had made some teriyaki chicken legs, some soft broccoli, and some rice, and I was sore at first, so I thought, should I just toss it into the food processor? And I don't know. I ended up just deciding, no, I'm going to chop it up with a knife real small, especially the chicken, and I was able to eat it and chew for the first time. This was my first official, real, actual meal. I mean, I know I told you about that first day I was able to eat some lasagna with some soft noodles and a little bit of ground beef, but even the ground beef, I didn't chew it, I just swallowed it. So anyways, last night I was able to chew thanks to that Oragel. Thank you, Bill. That was a lifesaver. And this morning was awesome. I went for my my third now adjustment. And it was great to be able to say to my dentist, no, you know what? Just a couple of spots here and still sore down here and a couple up there. But other than that, things are improving. And now as far as speech goes and everything else, I'm going to tell you, last night I was talking about as well as I am right now. After I took him out, went to bed, fell asleep, woke up this morning, popped him back in, and I was kind of discouraged that it sounded like my first day again. I was, having trouble pronouncing even the simplest of words. And you're going to notice I'm trying to pronounce my words very deliberately and slower than I normally would. But a lot of words, you're still able to say quite normally. Well, it's just going to take some practice, guys. Get used to that, when you pop them in the morning, at least for the first few days, I can say from experience now, it's almost like starting from scratch and maybe just, having to get back into the habit of using your tongue to pronounce the words in the right way. I have had a couple of times, even just while I'm talking here, where my tongue wants to kick that bottom one out, like Bill talked about many times. And I'm looking forward to, having that not happen. It's not bad enough that I have to use any denture adhesive or anything like that. So anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. I just wanted to, wish you guys a happy sunny Friday and tell you guys that are going through this process, you're going to get through it. It's not bad. Actually, I want to mention, I did run into a guy, or started talking to a guy in the waiting room at the dentist's office. His name is Randy, and he's a local fellow who's about to go through the same basic process as me. He's got, he had worse teeth than me. A bunch of them were missing. He's having them yanked, and I got to really encourage him, and I hope he's watching. I told him about my show and or my channel, and I just wanted to say, Randy, stick with it. Buddy, you're going to be enjoying life very soon. You're going to be able to smile at your wife, your kids, and you're going to be able to smile, and people aren't going to be looking at your teeth like, what's wrong with that guy? All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Please do me a favor and hit the like and subscribe button down below. And if you want to get updates, regular updates, whenever I post a video, please make sure you hit the bell. And if you have any questions, comments, or any topics that you want me to address in a future video, please make sure you post that in the comments below. I always try and respond to every commenter. So again, thanks for tuning in to New Chew channel. I'm Joe, and I'm happy to report 72 hours out, my new chew is working great. All right, take care.